Well, to get started, one very special welcome we wanted to say is that Rich Meeusen is here from Badger Meter, and I think that it's important to understand that not all this is going to happen in Silicon Valley or in Boston. And in fact, I even talked to a venture capitalist last week who just said, well, I'm only going to look at companies that are in San Francisco and Boston. And I just kind of rolled my eyes. I couldn't believe it. The reality is that water solutions are going to be everywhere. And it's a global market, but these are going to be local businesses. And that's how you're going to scale. But what you have here in Milwaukee is very unique. It's a bright spot on the map, and that's why Imagine H2O is here today and why we're really excited about partnering with the Milwaukee Water Council. But I thought it would be great to hear, for you all to hear from Rich, because there are very vibrant, successful water businesses in the region that are growing and having some great success. So, Rich, you know,
thank you. Thanks, Scott. No, I'll just talk through this so that microphone makes you sound like Michael Jackson. I'd rather just talk openly if I can. First off, welcome everybody. I'm glad you're here. This is a great opportunity. It's a great week for water in Milwaukee. I just came from Rock the Green, which is the concert that's going on over in the lakefront. Environmentally friendly concert. They've got guys on bikes generating power. They're giving out water bottles, and Badger Meter employees are running the water stations so that we're not using plastic water bottles. InSinkErator actually donated a bunch of large InSinkErator units to grind up the garbage disposal and send it off to the sewage treatment plant. So it's very neat. They're trying to show that they can have close to a zero impact concert, and they're pulling it off. It's very impressive. They might be getting a little more water than what they hoped for if it rains, but it's very good. I don't know any of these groups. They said to me, well, Rich, as a sponsor of this thing, who would you like us to have play it? And I said, well, unless you can do the greatest recycling job in the world and dig up the Rat Pack, I don't really care, because I don't think a decent song has been written since Sinatra died. So apparently they got some group called The Fray and Fits and the Tantrums and Michelle Brandt. So people I've never heard of, because they're not on the Sinatra channel, so I don't care. But although in a few weeks Frank Sinatra Jr. is coming to town, I will be at that one. I don't want to miss that one. But I'm just coming from that, and then tonight we've got a reception here, and tomorrow morning we kick off the Water Summit, the two-day Water Summit over at Discovery World, which is pretty exciting. It's our fifth one, and it's the first time we're doing it 2 days. We got Lisa Jackson, the Secretary of the Environmental Protection Agency, coming in to speak. We've got a lot of speakers from all over the world. It's very exciting. But what I find really exciting is that a few months ago a book was released called The Future of Water by Steve Maxwell. And it's a good book. I read it. And in it, for several pages, he talks about Milwaukee, southeastern Wisconsin, and what we're doing with the Water Council, and what the universities are doing, and the focus that we have on water. And that's right in that book. But even more exciting is in a few weeks, a new book is coming out called Blue Revolution by Cynthia Barnett. Blue Revolution, The Unmaking of America's Water Crisis. She donates an entire chapter to southeastern Wisconsin and the Water Council and what we're doing. And it's one thing to write papers or reports on what you're doing, but when other people start writing books about you, you know you're onto something right. And we know that here in southeastern Wisconsin, we have over 150 water technology companies. That's the greatest concentration of water technology companies in the United States, right here in southeastern Wisconsin. And it makes a lot of sense. 21% of the world's fresh water is right out there, right outside our door. And Milwaukee and this whole region was built on wet industries. We were the brewery capital of the United States. We were the tannery capital of the United States. We were big in meat processing. All of them were industries that need a lot of water. We've lost all our tanneries. We've lost most of our breweries. But the hundreds of little companies that grew up around those industries, making pumps and valves and filters and all the things water needs, today have grown into some of the largest water technology companies in the world. 5 of the 11 largest water technology companies in the world have major operations right here in southeastern Wisconsin. And that's everything from Pentair out in Delavan, all the way up to Kohler, down to InSinkErator. They're all in this region. And they all recognize the value of water. And, you know, I talk to people about the value of water, but it doesn't hit home until I make one big point. And that is, when I ask you, how many people died last year from global warming? You don't really know, okay? And it's a big argument, did anybody die from global warming? But we know that every 20 seconds a child dies from lack of fresh water. Every 20 seconds. And yet where are the big summits and where's the world, the United Nations, where's all the big focus? It isn't out there, but it is here. Here in southeastern Wisconsin, we're focusing on water. We believe that in southeastern Wisconsin, we have the talent, we have the technologies, we have the companies that can solve the world's water problems. And the water problems are severe. And those solutions can start at something as simple as what you're doing today. Those solutions can bubble up from anywhere. And in southeastern Wisconsin, what we want to make sure of is that when somebody says, I have an idea to help solve water problems, you have all the support you need to take that idea to fruition. And these crazy venture capitalists who say, I only invest in the coasts and I don't care about Middle America, are starting to wake up and say, wait a minute, there's a huge water problem, and you know what? It isn't going to be solved on the coasts. It's being solved in Milwaukee. It's being solved in this region. We have the talent here. So that's why we're so excited about what you're doing here. We're so excited about this whole week in Milwaukee. It's going to be a great week, and I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you.